Namaste students, welcome to the next episode of English. Today in this episode we are going to discuss about basic grammar. There are many reasons why students feel that they are not improving their English. Some of them can be they don't spend enough time learning English, they are too passive about learning English, they don't review and revise what they have learned. They rely on native language too much. They are always focused on mistakes and they don't put things in context nor implement it. They are not confident and afraid of making mistakes. So these are some reasons, and there are some reasons, there are ways we can improve our English also. If you want to improve English, there are a few tips. You have to make it a part of life. English should be a part of your life. There are no shortcuts, no formulas, no tricks to learn English. You have to use in everyday life. Enjoy the learning experience. Whenever you get an opportunity, try to speak in English, listen to good English, recognize your drawbacks, cultivate habits of reading, focus on grammar, vocabulary and comprehensions. So today, this episode will focus on basic grammar. Now, let us look at some sample questions, what kind of questions you'll get and how to solve such questions. The brides were much dash than the grooms. The brides were much dash than the grooms. If you look at this question, you see here much is there. So you can understand that the sentence is in degrees of comparison. Now you have to use a suitable adjective here. Options given to you are young, younger, youngest, none. Now here plural brides and here also plural grooms are mentioned. The brides were much younger than the grooms. So here because than is there, always remember whenever you are using comparative degree, in comparative degree after the adjective there will be than is there. So here there is a hint for you, a clue is given, than is given. So always along with than you have to use comparative degree, that is younger than. Next question, identify the adjective. In the given sentence, every man has his duties. In this sentence, what is an adjective? You have to identify the adjective. Options, every, has, duties, man. Now you know man is a common noun, has is an auxiliary verb, his is a pronoun, duties is an object. Okay, verb. So here every, you are left with this word every. Every is an adjective here. Next question, man is mortal. Dash man is mortal. A man, the man, no article, all the above. In this sentence there is no need of any article. The sentence man is mortal is perfect and correct. So there is no need of article. Option C is the correct option. He is dash European. In this sentence, you have to use a suitable article, a and the. Now always remember, most of the students will focus on vowels only while filling such blanks. But here you have to remember the pronunciation in articles is very important. Don't just look at the spelling. The word European is starting with E. You may think that because E is a vowel and here and should come. No. You have to look at the pronunciation of the word European. It is pronounced as U. U is starting with Y. It's a consonant. So here not an, you have to use a. He is a European. And if you use, it will be wrong. Always focus on the pronunciation as well as spelling. Sometimes the spelling will be of vowel but pronunciation will be of consonant. So you have to remember that this spelling is starting with the words, it's starting with E, though it is a vowel, but you have to listen to the pronunciation, you have to concentrate on the pronunciation. European, it is a consonant sound. So here a is used. They usually spend their holidays in dash mountains. A and the, no article. They usually spend their holidays in the mountains. You have to specify where they are spending their holidays. They are spending their holidays in the mountains, not a and both are wrong. The is the correct option here. Next question. I live in apartment. I live in an apartment. Dash apartment is new. Options the, a, and none of the above. Now, if you look at this first sentence, I live in an apartment. Now, when you are talking about the same thing, same apartment, you have to specify that. So, here the is the correct option. I live in an apartment. The apartment is new. So, you are specifying the apartment and you are talking about that one apartment only, specific apartment. That's why here the article the is used, definite article. Dash events cast their shadow. Dash events cast their shadow. Option A, come. Option B, coming. Option C, to come. Option D, came. Now remember here, we have discussed earlier also, sentences sometimes starts with gerund, ing form. So here, come events cast their shadows, it's wrong, it cannot be correct. To come events cast their shadow, it cannot be correct. Came events cannot come. So you are left with one option, that is B. Here, coming events cast their shadow. Coming, it is a gerund. It is a word formed with verbs, but it will act as a noun. Though it's looking like a verb, but it's not a verb. It's acting like a noun. It's in the place of a subject. So gerund coming is used here. The difference between gerund and the present participle is that present participle does not act as a noun. Instead of that, they act like a total progressive verb. So here, gerund is the correct word, coming. Next, choose the correct answer. If the program still does not work, try dash the software. To reload, reloading, reload, to reloading. Now in these options, look at the first part of the sentence. If the program still does not work. Does not work is mentioned here. That means it is present tense. Try dash the software. You have to use the verb in ing form. Try reloading the software. Ing verb should be used. Form of verb should be used. So correct option is B here. The works of many great poets have been placed on reserve. Now if you look at this sentence, in this example, the word reserve is underlined and you have to identify the parts of speech of this word. Options given are A, noun, B, verb, C, adjective, D, adverb. Now, here what part of speech it is? The works of many great poets, this is the subject, have been is the verb, placed on the reserve, placed on reserve. So here reserve is not acting as a verb, it is acting as a noun. Meaning here is a supply of something that is stored so that it can be used at a later time. So here they can, reservation we say as a verb, reserve my seat, to book my seat, that is a verb. Here reserve meaning is to keep something on store. Here reserve is acting as a noun. So correct option is A, option A. Next question. Artists have been painting pictures of animals dash centuries. Options in, for, since, by. Now remember here dash centuries is mentioned. That means you have to use a period of time is mentioned, centuries is mentioned. So always remember when we talk about period of time, we use for, and for since we use for specific point of time. For is used for period of time and since is used for specific point of time. Here centuries is mentioned, so we have to use since. It is a specific time. Since centuries, it is mentioned that it is animals, paintings are, artists have been painting pictures of animals since centuries. So specific point is mentioned. Since many centuries this work is going on. Now also it is continuing. So correct option is option B. Artists have been painting pictures of animals for centuries. Correct option is B. The train has arrived dash the station. Over, at, on, in. Now here which preposition is suitable? Over, at, on, in. Always remember, when you are talking about any place, you use at as preposition. Here at is used for referring to some buildings or locations in a city. I am at the station, we say. The station is a building, you are at the station. You don't say in the station, on the station. This can be confused with the preposition in. Most of the students may think that in is correct and they may write in here. So this is very confusing. You don't use in, you use at. Generally, in is used with buildings to mean that something occurs inside the building. Mother is cooking in the kitchen, inside the kitchen. So at is, on the other hand, it is used to express something happens at that location. He is waiting at the station. There is something happening. I am waiting at the bus stop, at the railway station. Which sentence is written correctly? Here 4 options are given. Out of 4, 3 are wrong and 1 is correct. You have to identify which one is correct. First one, they're great pictures of our trip. They're great pictures of our trip. B, how did you ever get its picture? C, my sisters say they are very shy. D, your sister is right. Now if you look here, they're great pictures of our trip. This is grammatically wrong. It should be these are the great pictures of our trip. Option B, how did you ever get its picture? Here it's wrong. So this option also is wrong. My sister says they are very shy. Here everything is correct. We have used short form contraction of are. We have removed a and added apostrophe. They are very shy. If you look here in D option, your sister is right. Your spelling is wrong here. It should be Y-O-U-R. Instead of that, they have given a contraction form which is wrong. So option A, B and D are wrong. Option C is correct here. The king died dash. Hairless, 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 airless. Now you have to be careful with the spelling here. H-A-R-E-L-E-S-S is completely wrong. So this A option is eliminated. Airless also is wrong. So A and D are eliminated. Now you are left with H-E-I-R-L-E-S-S, H-A-I-R-L-E-S-S. You all know the spelling of hair. H-A-I-R. So we are not talking about a hair which is present in our head, on our scalp. We are talking about H-E-I-R-L-E-S-S. That means H-E-I-R here is a member of family, a person belonging to some family. Without an heir, a member of the family to whom property, money or title can be left. If a king dies or if any rich person dies, his property, his money, everything goes to the heir. That means the children or somebody related to that family. Words of same sound is synonyms, antonyms, homonyms, none of this. You know, synonyms are similar words, same meanings. It has same meanings. Antonyms are opposite. Homonyms have same spelling and same sound. So correct option is C. For example, bark and bark. Spelling is same, pronunciation is same, but meaning is different. Here bark meaning dogs bark. Tree bark. You have a tree. On the tree, the upper layer is, on the stem, you have a layer that is called as bark. So homonyms are words which have same spelling and same sound. Next, economics have been taught by 3 professors. In this sentence, economics have been taught by 3 professors. Economics has been taught by 3 professors. Option C, A, B are correct. D, none of the above. Now out of this 4, which one is correct? If you look at subject as economics, we don't say it economic, we say it economics. It is singular only, though S is there, plural form, but it is used in singular form. we talk about one subject, economics. So here economics has been, because this is singular, we have to use a singular noun here. Economics has been taught by 3 professors. We cannot say have been. Have been is used for plural, but economics here is singular. Same goes with other subject like physics. Physics is one subject, but you add S here. Physics is their favorite subject. Mathematics, we are talking about one subject. S is added at the end of the word, but it is referred to singular subject. Measles is a dangerous disease. Here we are talking about measles, which is one disease. It is singular. That's why the helping verb also here is followed by is. Correct the sentence if necessary. The police officer gave me an information. The police officer gave me an information. Let us look at the options. The police officer gave me an information. The police officer gave me a piece of information. The police officer gave me some information. D, both B and C are correct. Now if you talk about information, we don't say an information. You may think that because it is starting with an vowel I, you have to use an article an information. But this is wrong. Always when you talk about information, you have to use a phrase, a piece of information or some information. He gave me this piece of information. I came to know some information about this incident. So both B and C are correct in this sentence. Option B and C, both are right. Now look at next sentence. Correct the sentence if necessary. The poetries of Chetan Bhagat are good. Now options, the poetries of Chetan Bhagat are good. The poetry of Chetan Bhagat is good. Option C, both A and B are correct. Option D, none of the above. Now if you look at the sentence, poetries, for poetry is uncountable noun. We don't have use plural form of verb poetries. Poetry is poetry only, whether it is one or more, many poems, we say it is poetry. Poem can be counted, 1 poem, 2 poems. This textbook contains 10 poems or 5 poems. Poems can be countable. So poem is a countable noun. Poetry is uncountable. For poetry you don't have plural form. Poetries we cannot say. Poem is a piece of writing that has features of both speech and song, whereas poetry is an art of creating these poems. So poetry is always used to refer poems in collection. It is collectively used. So poetry is a singular also as well as plural also. So here the correct option will be the poetry of Chetan Bhagat. You don't say poetries. The poetry, the collection of poems of Chetan Bhagat is good. Because it is referred to singular, that's why we have to use singular verb, auxiliary verb. Correct the sentence if necessary. Again, his scissor is sharp. If you look at this sentence, his scissor is sharp. Options, his scissors are sharp. Option B, his scissor is sharp. Option C, A and B. Option D, none of the above. Now which is correct here? You might have observed when you write scissors, whether it is a singular, one scissor, or it is many, you use S collectively here. Along with the spelling scissors, S always should be there. SCISSORS is the correct spelling of scissors. You never write without using S. So here, whether you are talking about one scissor or when you are talking about plural also, scissors will be scissors only. Singular and plural both are same. So here his scissor is sharp. When you are talking about one scissor, you should use spelling as S. You should add S. The correct option is his scissors are sharp, not is or without S. Correct option is his scissors are sharp. You are talking about singular scissors only, but one scissor only, but you are talking about you have to use scissors, the plural form, always in this sentence. Next sentence. Correct the sentence if necessary. I and Jimmy went home. Options: I and Jimmy went home. Option B: Jimmy and I went home. Option C: both A and B are correct. Option D: none of the above. Always remember, we have learnt the first person, second person, third person rule. When in a sentence, when there is first person, second person, third person, they are arranged in specific orders. You have to remember that order. Here, Jimmy and I is a first person here, and Jimmy is a third person. So here the second person should come first and the third person, Jimmy, should come second. First person, I, should come always last. So always you have to write Jimmy. If such examples are given in your question paper, you have to use the third person, Jimmy, first, and I should be later, last. If one more second person is added, it should come last. Otherwise, if two are mentioned, third and first person are mentioned, first should be third person and then first person. Jimmy and I went home. Option B is the correct one. Correct the sentence if necessary. In this, you have option: both he and you must attend the meeting. Option B: both you and he must attend the meeting. Option C: both A and B are correct. Option D: none of the above. Now again, the same rule has to be followed: first person, second person, third person. Now if you look here, only he and you are given. So second person and third person are mentioned here. So the second person, you, should come first, and the third person, he, should come second. Both you and he must attend the meeting. When he and you are there, remember that you should start with second person first, then comes third person. Always third person should be next. So you and he must attend the meeting. The correct option is B. Next, correct the sentence if necessary. None of the three questions are simple. In this sentence, options are: none of the three questions are simple, none of the three questions is simple. Option C, A and B are correct. Option D, none of the above. Now I think we have discussed, and if you remember, neither, nor, none, all these are used as singular. Whenever a sentence starts with neither, none, any, they are referred to singular only. So neither is singular here, none also is singular. That's why along with singular you have to use a singular verb. None of the three questions is simple. You are talking about no question is simple. Not even one question is simple. So here the verb should be is. Correct option is B. Let my friend and I go home. Now let us see this sentence. Let my friend or I go home. Options: let my friend or me go home. Option B: let my friend or I go home. Option C: both A and B are correct. Option D: none of the above. Again, remember the rule of changing the usage of pronouns. Change I, we, he, she and they to me. Whenever in the sentences I is there or we is there, he or she or they is there, you have to change accordingly. I will change to me, we will change to us, he will change to him, she will change to her, accordingly. So here in this sentence, let my friend or I go home is wrong. You have to change I to me. So correct option is A. Let my friend or me go home. Here I is wrong. Change it to suitable pronoun me. Next question. Neither the teacher nor the students was present. Whether the sentence is correct or not. Let us look at the options. Option A. Neither the teacher nor the students was present. Option B. Neither the teacher nor the students were present. Option C. Both A and B are correct. Option D. None of the above. Now if you look here, just now we have discussed neither, none, any is singular. So here also when we are sentence is starting up with neither the teacher nor the students. We are talking about the teacher and the students. Neither the teacher nor the students were present. So always remember that here we are discussing, we are using the conjunction, coordinating conjunction neither nor, and because here teacher and students we are talking about the subject, were should be there, the verb should be plural verb. Option B is the correct option here. Let us look at the next question. She is senior than me. Now just now in the earlier beginning of the episode we have discussed, whenever we are talking about than, it's a comparison. So when we say about comparison, she is senior than me, you don't use than here. Here you should say we are not comparing anyone here. We are talking about who is senior and who is junior. So he should say she is senior to me, not than me. Than is used to refer to comparative degree. We are not comparing anyone here. We are talking about whether the person is senior or junior. She is senior to me. The correct option is B. Next, if you look in this example, John is elder than Kelly. Whether this sentence is correct or any options which are given, which of the option is correct? John is elder than Kelly. Option B, John is elder than Kelly. Option C, John is older than Kelly. D, none of the above. So here, if you look, you have to remember some tips. We use elder with family members. Other than family members, you have to use older. So here, you are talking about two friends, John and Kelly. We are not talking about family relationship, brothers or sisters or anything. So here, other than family members, we have to use older. Option C is the correct one. John is older than Kelly. She is both kind, generous and wise. Whether this sentence is correct or something has to be changed here. Option A, she is both kind, generous and wise. She is kind, generous and wise. Option C, A and B. Option D, none of the above. Now if you look here, she is both kind, generous and wise. Here three adjectives are used, kind, generous and wise. But in this sentence, both word is used. Both means both refers to two. Here we are not using two words to describe, we are using three words. So we have, this sentence is wrong. Option A is wrong. We should use she is kind, generous and wise. Both is an extra word which should be removed from the sentence. The word both should be used only with two things. Here three things are mentioned, three words are used, so we have to remove both. She is kind, generous and wise is the correct option. Let us look at the next question. It is the most unique item I have ever seen. Options. It is the most unique item I have ever seen. Option B, it is a unique item I have ever seen. Option C, A and B. Option D, none of the above. Always remember, when such question comes, when there is a word unique, unique cannot be compared. So you should not use this degrees of comparison here. Most, more, if this is there, this is wrong. Unique should be just unique, the word, nothing can be, we cannot use this word most, more, etc. before unique. The answer is, correct answer is, it is a unique item I have ever seen. Never use more or most before unique. Next question. Have you heard the last news? Have you heard the last news? We never say last news. Always in degrees of comparison, last is changed to latest. Have you heard the latest news? Recent news. Latest means the recent one. So the correct option is latest. A. Option A. Let us look at the next sample question. She has been sick for 10 days. We don't use the word sick for 10 days. When we are talking about continuation, we use ill. She has been ill for so many days, for 10 days, for 2 weeks, etc. So here sick word is used in the statement, in the question. Sick is wrong. We say just she is sick. she is unwell. But when we are talking about mentioning about the period of time for, along with for, you have to use a proper word, that is ill. She has been ill for 10 days. You don't use sick. So correct option is B. Look at the next sample question. These sort of people are not trustworthy. Options: these sort of people are not trustworthy. This sort of people are not trustworthy. People of this sort are not trustworthy. Option D, B and C are correct. So remember, whenever this kind of question comes, sort is there in the sentence, you have to use this or that with phrases like sort of or kind of, this kind of people or sort of people. So always use this or that. Here in the question, in the statement, these is used, plural is used. So this is wrong. Always this or that should be used. This sort of people are not trustworthy, or people of this sort are not trustworthy. Option B and C are both correct. So correct option is option D. First one, A, is wrong. You don't use these along with sort. You talk about only singular person, one person. You're talking about one thing, object, this or that. You don't use plural form in such thing when you use sort. In old age, there is nothing miserable than poverty. If you look at the statement, in old age, there is nothing miserable than poverty. The options given are: in old age, there is nothing miserable than poverty. In old age, there is nothing more miserable than poverty. Option C, A and B are correct. Option D, none of the above. Always remember, when miserable is there, you don't use a comparative degree. There is no need of comparison here. Miserable should be miserable only. In old age, there is nothing miserable than poverty. Here the correct option is: in old age, there is nothing more miserable than poverty. Option B is the correct one. You are showing that this is the more thing. Poverty is more miserable in old age. At least in young age you can do something, but in old age, when you are very weak and you cannot earn, you will become more miserable, vulnerable. So option B is the correct one. Next sample question. This watch is the best of the two. When you are comparing two things, we use better. The best is used for out of all the things. When there are many things, many watches, and you have to select, you will select one of the best watch. But here two is mentioned in this sentence. So along with two, you cannot use best. Always it should be better. This watch is better than the better of the two. When you are talking about two things, you should use better adjective. You should not use best. Option A is the correct one. Next sample question. Mr. Burman is having 4 shops. Options: Mr. Burman has 4 shops. Mr. Burman is having 4 shops. Both A, B, none of the above. Always remember, ownership should be described in simple present tense. Here in the statement, is having is mentioned. It is present continuous tense. We talk about ownership, shops. He is having so many shops. This should be used in simple present tense. So here the simple present tense is has. My father has 4 shops. We are talking about ownership. It should be always in simple present tense. You should not use continuous form, ing form. So correct option is A. I shall inform you when my uncle will arrive. I shall inform you when my uncle will arrive. Options: I shall inform you when my uncle arrives. Option B, I shall inform you when my uncle will arrive. Both A and B are correct. Option D, none of the above. Always remember, when the first clause is in simple future, the second clause should be in simple present. Here, shall is used. I shall inform you. This is the first clause. It is used in simple future tense. The second clause, when my uncle arrives, should be in present tense. So here we should use simple present tense. Uncle arrives. Option A is the correct option. Next sample question. If it will rain, the match will be cancelled. Options: if it rains, the match will be cancelled. If it will rain, the match will be cancelled. Option C, A and B. Option D, none of the above. Remember, will is used when we are talking about some instant decision. Go and bring this, I will bring this. So you have taken the decision, I will go now and bring this from the shop. So in this, will should not be used. If it rains, the match will be cancelled. You are talking about the condition, probability. If it rains, the match will be cancelled. You will not say if it will rain, the match will be cancelled. Option A is the correct one here. Next sample. We are waiting for the dean since 5 years. We are waiting for the dean since 5 years. Whether this sentence is correct or not. Option A, we are waiting for the dean since 5 years. We have been waiting for the dean since 5 years. Both A and B are correct. None of the above. We have to use present perfect or present perfect continuous to describe long duration. They are waiting for the dean of the college since so many years. So when you are talking about 5 years, it's a long period, you have to always use continuous tense. We have been waiting for dean since 5 years. You cannot say are waiting. Present continuous should not be used. It should be present perfect continuous. Option B is the correct option here. I wish you are a scientist. Now, this is very important question. This kind of question may come in your exam. Remember that. Listen carefully. I wish you are a scientist. Whenever you talk about wish in a sentence, if a sentence starts with I wish, you should not use present tense. You should always use past tense. I wish you were a scientist. I wish I were a scientist. So always use past tense when you use wish. Along with wish, there should be past tense, not present tense. So option B is the correct option here. Next sample. As she was a good swimmer, she could swim 10 miles. Now, options given here are A. As she was a good swimmer, she was able to swim 10 miles. Option B. As she was a good swimmer, she could swim 10 miles. C. Both A, B are correct. D. Both A, B are incorrect. Now remember, do not use should or could to describe achievements. When we talk about some achievements like she is a good swimmer, she can swim 10 miles. She was able to swim 10 miles. Because she is a good swimmer, she was able to swim. You cannot say she could, she would. All this kind of modal auxiliary verbs you never use along with achievements. So here option A is the correct option. She was a good swimmer. She was able to swim 10 miles. Now this is also very important. Listen carefully. The man was hung for murder. Whether there is any grammatical mistake or not. This word hung, italicized word, is correct here or not. Options. The man was hung for murder. The man was hanged for murder. The man was hanging for murder. None of the above. You have to be very careful with this V2 and V3 form of verbs and V4 form of verbs. We use hanged for death. You might have heard in movies judge saying that he should be hanged to death. So whenever we are talking about a person, we use hang. When we talk about items, something hanging on the wall, like that picture was hung, a beautiful scenery was hung on the wall. So always hung is used for objects. Hanged is used for person. He was hanged for his crime, for a murder. The judge announced him to be hanged. Next sample. If you come, I would punish you. Options. If you come, I would punish you. If you come, I will punish you. If you come, I should punish you. If you come, I could punish you. Here would, should, could, all these modal auxiliary verbs, all these modal verbs are in past tense. We should not use with this probable conditions. If clause, we should not use would, we should use will. If you remember, if conditions, if you come, this is a condition here, if you come, I will punish you. You cannot use past form of verbs. You should use always present, I will punish you. I mean simple future form of verb. Use simple future with simple present clauses. If you come, come is mentioned. With this clause, you should always use will, simple future. You cannot use simple past. Next kind of questions. He aims dash dash at passing this test. Options: on, at, with, upon. He aims. He is aiming to do something. He aims at passing this test. Not on, with, upon. All these three options are wrong. The correct option is at. He aims at doing this thing. Next. He fell dash the horse dash a kennel. He fell off into, off to, option C, off into, option D, into, off. See here, verb fell is used. He fell. So you should use how he fell, off the horse. So here off should be double F. He fell off the horse. That means from the horse. Where did he fell? Into the kennel. He fell into the kennel. So the correct option is A, where double O double F, off, and INTO, into is used. Into a kennel, you say, when you have somebody is falling into something, he fell into a pond, he fell into a kennel, he fell into a swimming pool. You don't use in. So correct option here is off and into, A option. Next, the building has been built dash the new plan. According to, in accordance with, option C, for, option D, about. The building has been built in accordance with the new plan. Here the new plan is mentioned. So you have to use in accordance with the new plan, according to the new plan, that means. So correct option is B. You cannot use for the new plan, about the new plan. Next sample questions. She earns a lot of money dash she spends hardly anything. Now what conjunction you can use here? Though, however, although, none. She earns a lot of money dash she spends hardly anything. So if you know the meaning though, however, although, in these three options, option B, however, that means in spite of earning lot of money, however, she is not using that money, hardly she is spending that money, she spends hardly anything. So correct option is B. However is not a conjunction, it is a transitional adverb here. So here we cannot use though and although, we should use however. She earns a lot of money, however she spends hardly anything. Next, he is neither intelligent dash hardworking, or, nor, and either. Always remember, we use he is neither intelligent dash hardworking. Here along with neither, nor is used. He is neither intelligent nor hardworking. Option B is the correct option here. Next, dash I worked day and night, I could not meet the deadline. Even though, even if, as if. Now in this option, I worked day and night, I could not meet the deadline. That means you worked very hard day and night, but you could not complete your project, or you cannot finish your work, or you couldn't finish your work. So the correct option is what? Even though, even if, as if. Even though refers to past tense. So here the correct option should be even though. Even though I worked day and night, I couldn't finish the deadline. If I worked day and night, I couldn't meet the deadlines. So even if, as if is wrong, correct option is even though. Even though I worked day and night, I couldn't meet the deadline. Next, she was angry dash they had not invited her to their party. He is a good student dash he also a good athlete. He is a good student dash he is also a good athlete. Consequently, but, as a result, in addition. He is a good student, you are talking about additional quality. He is a good athlete also. So consequently is used for some conclusion. But is used when the one sentence is in positive and other is in negative. As a result of is used when you are giving some conclusion. In addition, you are talking, you are saying here to, in this sentence you are mentioning some other quality. He is a good student. In addition, he is a good athlete. So you are talking about some additional quality. So here what is the correct option? The correct option is D. In addition, he is also a good athlete. They left the house in the middle of the night dash nobody would know that they were leaving town. Now here why they were leaving the house at the middle of the night? They left the house. What is the reason? And, so that, unless, or else. The correct option is so that. They left the house in the middle of the night so that nobody would know that they were leaving the town. So reason is there, so that nobody should see them. They left the house in the middle of the night so that nobody should see them. The correct option is option B. Next, we won't be late dash. Here you have to add appropriate question tag. Won't we, will we, are we, aren't we? We won't be late. Here if the sentence is negative, the question tag will be positive. Remember the rule, if in the first part the sentence, if it is negative, not is used, then the second part the tag form will be positive. So because won't is here in the second question tag form we have to use positive. Will we? Past form of will is won't. So here we should use will we. You would not like to invite me. Options: did you, would you, won't you, will you. Now in this also if you see, here again not is mentioned. In this part it is negative, so the tag should be positive. The correct option will be would not like to invite me, would you? You wouldn't like to invite me, would you? You are asking a question. Would you? So correct option is B. So you bought a car. Did you? Haven't you? Weren't you? Do you? So you bought a car. This is in positive form. So the question tag should be also, here it should be negative, but here you are asking, so you have bought a car. Did you? You are stressing and asking, did you? You can't say haven't you, weren't you, do you? Because here the verb is bought, it is in past tense, you have to use simple past form of verb, did you? So students, these were the few questions which can be expected. I hope you have understood how to solve it. The few important mistakes which generally the students commit. So if you avoid this kind of mistake and if you follow some tips, understand the proper usage of verbs, see the keywords and try to answer the question, you will be able to solve the answers easily. Thank you students.